Hey everybody, you're listening to the Combo Wombo podcast. I'm Chip Muck. With me as always is the Mr. Gimpy.
What's up, brother?
What's going down, dude?
I feel like butthole, dude. Like,
Yeah, dude. Dang, dude.
like the
You have to come with such a graphic fucking intro, dude.
best way to describe it, dude. Eyes burning,
It's
throat
TVMA,
burning.
this fucking pod, dude.
It is, dude.
Eyes burning, butthole burning, dude. Throat
Butthole's
gone,
fine,
dude.
Throat is gone.
Jeez.
I don't know.
All the orifices, dude.
I think while I slept, man, just like the allergens just completely attacked me, and I think that's why. Just need a nice, long, hot, steamy shower, you know.
I used to think about this, dude, like,
Mr. Gimpy.
like, what's the like evolutionary benefit for getting like all huffy and puffy, dude? This
There
is
is
bullshit,
none,
dude.
It's just your body going in overdrive.
We're weak, dude.
Yeah.
We would have been called from the herd
Definitely
100 years ago, dude.
100%.
We wouldn't have made it, dude. They'd be like, "All right, you guys are done."
Yeah,
You're
definitely.
sniffling and coughing, dude. The buffalo are gone because you couldn't stop.
Because you couldn't
damn
stop.
hay fever, dude.
We were hunting deer, and then someone sneezed, uncontrollably.
Yeah,
dude, you haven't eaten in a month and a half because
we're throwing you in a lake, dude. You're cooked.
Makes sense.
Like you need to go find some berries
fishing.
or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. Foraging and right. For sure. Yeah, hopefully it'll clear up as the day goes on. I think I was gonna be like, hey, maybe I should go outside and like get some fresh air. Nope, the outside is the problem because it's all the haze and the air quality and stuff right now. It is. It's rough.
I guess maybe that is like a power, dude. Like if you're like getting all huffy and puffy by like pollen and stuff, maybe like you're like a natural detector for like fruits and berries or something.
Yeah.
Like if you're out there, you're like, we must be close. Old coughs with the
right.
dude.
Right.
Something must be around here, some edible dandelions or something, dude.
Right. Might be it. Might have the
stumbled onto it, dude.
Pre-civilization superpower.
Yeah, right now it's useless, dude, in this game making podcast that we do.
Right, true. Speaking of game making podcast, man, I was working on my pig game for a bit this week. And, I got the fox pathing done. They are spawning intermittently. They are looking for the pigs. They are hunting the pigs, and I don't have the animation set. I was going to do like a dust cloud, like old school cartoons of the dust cloud, and then like so see like their faces.
Toss up, dude.
Yeah. So I got to work on that. I have the berry bushes or like raspberry bushes that I was going to have to plant to distract the foxes as well.
What a segue, dude.
I have those right. I have those implemented so you can click and drag and like put them in places. I don't have like a buy system fleshed out yet. It's just there, but I started everyone off with like $100, and the thing is like $1 right now, so I can just put 100 down just to make sure they work, and see if there's an upper limit. But I might place like a limit on just because sometimes
you're doing something like
cluttered.
Monster Rancher for the PlayStation 1 where the kids can inherit traits from the parents or something. Like you got some Pokemon evolutionary.
I actually do have
the Rogue Legacy pig farming game, dude.
I really do have a trait system for the pigs though. It's not so much that, but they keep their if their parents' level was higher, they start off at a higher level, and you get that by the pig meeting its needs of play, food, cleanliness, things like that. So yeah, if you're the parent pigs were award-winning pigs, and you bred them before you had to send them off to the farm, you'll have a higher quality offspring.
It's an elitist pig attitude, my guy.
A little bit, a little bit. But yeah, I had that done. So it's in a good state. I'm hoping to knock out this prototype, pretty soon here. And I've learned quite a bit because this is a genre that I've never attempted to do anything in, and not something that I would even typically play. But it was done as a just learning tool, and It's definitely been some struggles, but I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. I'm not saying like I'm the world's greatest coder, but for what it is, the main thing is it works, right? So
yeah, dude, you're doing it. I mean,
so
I think we've both been humbled, dude. I think we're like, by start of July, we'll probably have these projects done. Ain't gonna be shit.
Yeah, start of July, I'm like still
we'll have like
working.
2-3 games under our belt by then, dude. We're gonna be making all kinds of money. You're like, I'm gonna put this shit out there on the Android store, on the fucking Steam, dude. It's gonna be pre-sales out the wall, dude. We're gonna make so much money. We're gonna retire, dude. It ain't gonna be shit. Now look at us, dude. Yeah. Like, it's been a long road.
It is. So I think part of it too is I honestly didn't know where to go, and still to this point, right? Yeah. Don't know where to go with it because it's like I said, it's a genre I don't usually play. So I've been. It's
just like even coding in general, mm-hmm. You can do anything. Like I think there's like you can't do no wrong. There's like no wrong way to do things. There's like good and better, and then like.
If you're doing it wrong, it just doesn't work, right? So
yeah. I don't know. Like you can like hold things together with like hopscotch and a dream, dude. Mm-hmm. In programming, as long as like it kind of works, you're like, you just kind of build up more technical debt, and then like things will break later on that you have like no idea about. You're like, what was this? Yeah. And then you're like, oh yeah, this thing works. But now whenever I try and introduce like a new thing to it, the whole pyramid comes tumbling down. The house of cards implodes on itself, and you're like, so now like you have to like go back and like rebuild things from like the foundation, and it's like, all right, but we talked about this before where you like rebuilt an entire system, and you're like, all right, I spent 2 weeks, and now it looks exactly like it did before.
I did it twice. I rebuilt it twice. So
I mean that's game programming in a nutshell. Like you're just gonna keep on like rebuilding things from the ground up. Like I don't know, it's like so many lessons are learned though, and then like you also don't know until you do. You can have like a theoretical outline or like I've gotten to the point where like I like try and draw things up or like whiteboard out the idea or like make like a flow chart of like how things are going to go. Yeah. And then you're like, you want to introduce something new and you're like, shit, this whole thing's bullshit now. Or like you'll make like a perfect thing and then you'll use it and you're like, when you program in like really good code, you don't notice it. Right? So you can spend like it's just like it works seamlessly and like you're saving so much time where you're like, I made this thing where it's like really good and it's like I've made a thing where like takes an input and then lets you like add or subtract to it and then it puts an output and you can like interface it with anything, right? So it's kind of like it's just a general purpose integer and then you add, subtract, and then it outputs and then you can like take that output and put it into anything else, and it just works. But I don't really like you don't notice it. Right?
Okay. What's the function of this? Is it?
It's anything you want, baby. I've been using it for like idle games or like clicking. Like if I like, if I want to like click on something, I'm like adding like numbers to this thing, and then I can take that number and then like put it into like an inventory or a buy system or a sell system. Or like an upgrade. Like I can upgrade like this. The plus minus, and then like each individual thing can like have its own plus minus to this thing, so it's all feeding into like a heap. Not like a programming heap, but like an actual, like a number heap.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's like another like dictionary because like if you get to like a certain integer, like it'll break things, so you have to have like a dictionary where it goes like 1M, 1B. That's why like a lot of idle games do that, where it's like, like 1 quadrillion ABZs, because like you can only have so many like points on a float or whatever, like before it breaks and you get like a null or an error or like so I don't know, like you can see it in like in bilateral where they play around with like the multipliers where it'd be like, it's like a E32 number, it's like it's some crazy number,
it's ridiculously big.
It goes in like. But so like when things are working and when you program in like nice things, but I had to make like a lot of really bad programs that do like one part of this before I was just like, man, let me just sit down and fucking, figure this out. Or like I kept on like redoing it until this is like probably like a 100th or 200th attempt at like making the exact same damn thing where you're like,
I'll say that where I am on it too, I'm behind where I wanted to be at this point. But I'm more confident in where I am now than where if I would have been at this point prior, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I nailed the camera
on solid ground.
Yeah, I nailed that camera pretty quick. I think that was the thing I worked super hard on, and the camera feels great. The pinch to zoom feels great. I'm reworking the actual tap controls just to make sure I'm tapping exactly what you want to tap, like the pigs, and I'm making sure the pigs don't overlap, things like that. So you actually always tap the one you want. So that's kind of what I'm fine tuning now. So that's what I'm planning to do this week. Just now that I have more entities on screen, I just want to make sure that you never miss tap. So I'm working on that. But I've been much better at to keep taking notes and using Obsidian, the kind of task organizer thing.
Oh yeah.
I used your suggestion, and I used AI to give me a task list of what to do each session. I'm like, hey, I have like 2 hours to go. This is what I last did on my game, or I'll say this is what I last worked on. Give me a task list of what to complete this next one, because a lot of times, especially with this genre, I don't know where to go next. Like when I'm making a platformer, when I'm making, like some sort of action game, I have an idea of the flow of where it goes and what to do next logically. And this one, like, since it's really focused on like score and like building up, like your area, I don't know where to go next, honestly. So the Obsidian being generated for me and give me a task list to complete that day. And if I don't, I'm like, here's where I got. And to continually start has definitely like focused me. So that I think as far as using AI tools to help you make games, that's something that I've done that's been incredibly helpful, that I would suggest to a lot of people to use, like whether it's like Obsidian, Trello, or what's the other one, Logsec, right? To organize your tasks.
There's a bunch of them, dude.
Just
journal, keep a task list.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Some kind of board, like make GIFs or record like a quick like wrap up video of like just for yourself. Like you don't need to like do social media or anything, but like if you like this whole pod's more for like geared towards hobbyists. Yes. But like you want to like make a move into like a professional level or an indie developer level, like you definitely need to be doing some sort of social media presence. So that probably helps. And like you probably don't want to release like week to week, but you want to like build up like a bank of video. And then after you like finish, you can like then start editing and putting things together while you're like finishing up the polish of your game, and then start releasing things. And then like people will be like, oh, what's next? And then you can be like, I already have this done. Wish list it now, chumps. Right. Or you can like have the wish list going while you're like, making your social media campaign. But it's like a whole different strat. Like we're not those guys, dude.
Yeah.
We're out here just making a simple thing.
Yeah. We're just having fun. What I mean? Like,
I think that's like the thing though. It's like there's so many different skill sets. There's so many different things. Like it's while you're talking, I was thinking like the game Minesweeper. Mm-hmm. That's basically what programming is, video game making. It's like you just kind of clicking and like you kind of get like a general sense of like where the mines are, and then like you try and like reveal more and more of the board, and then like every once in a while you just like click on something that just like blows up in your face. You're like, no, this game over, or like you have to like restart, or it's like the phases of knowing. But like the more knowledge you get like over time, like the more of the board's kind of revealed, and you like have like a better way to navigate the board of programming of life, man.
Yeah, and I do think I've been learning quite a bit, not only about Game Maker but just programming in general, working on this project, because like I said, it's a lot of newer, new to me methods of doing things, and certain things like data storage, things like that. Array handling, I have like 3 scripts running, which usually I just have one, so I've learned quite a bit. At sometimes it has been overwhelming, I'll be completely honest. Sometimes I forget what's doing what, especially if I haven't like touched it in a while, and then I have to go back to it. I'm like, where the hell is this thing? It's like something's happening. So but the things that I've improved on is like code review, when I do have an error, handling that error and cleaning up quite a bit. So I this project's definitely slower than I thought. And I think that everyone is in our space, at our level, right, like the hobbyist level, probably we think that it's easier than it is, right? So
yeah, dude, you need that kind of
you need the kind of delusion,
started.
right?
Otherwise you end up where I'm at right now, where I'm like, I don't want to finish or start anything. Because I know just how hard it is, where I'm just like, oh fuck, I don't want to deal with all this bullshit. Like, I think maybe we talked about this last pod, but like I was talking with my coworker about the game I've been working on, and talked to you about it, where so he was like, so what's the holdup on it? He's like, is it like a 4 or 5 hour thing? Is it like one thing you gotta do? And I was like, it's not that it's like 1 4 hour thing. It's just that there's like about 100 30-minute things that need to get done. And then like I know like how to do them. I just don't want to do it. Like I just know like, all right, I gotta do this, then this, then this. And like it's like, I don't know, man. It's there's a reason why there's like teams, like try and get teams of people. That's the secret to it's kind of crazy to try and go at it like solo, or be like, I'm just gonna make this game by my like it's hard as hell to find like capable people who can like at the hobby level who want to just like pursue that. It's basically like, hey man, do you want to like do like a part-time job for fun? And they're like, no. Like, I'd rather watch anime, dude.
Right. I think in your case, man, from as long as we've known each other, and I think we both well, I'll throw our boys Sir Solace and Professor in as well. We all tend to code on manic highs and stop on the lows, right? So there's a point where all 4 of us can be completely manic and ready to rock. We'll knock out a bunch of shit in like 3 days. It looks great, and then that high goes down. So then the just the production goes down, and then eventually get to the low where you're like, I don't feel like doing this, and then that's when the projects stall, right? I think
that's where you're seeing the most progress, though. It's like, so you can take like your idea, and then in that first like week, we'll just say like 7 days, or like even like a game jam, like 48 hours, you can get the basic, like you can make your MVP, right? You can really make an MVP of like a minimum viable product of like a character, a controller, and like some sort of gameplay loop. And then it could, like I said before, like it can be held together with like some gum, some bubble gum and a dream, and like it kind of worked. Like if you like glance at it sideways, you're like, wow, that works, that's great. But then like if you want to like scale or make anything above that, like you're kind of where you're at right now, where you're like, all right, I gotta like come down. It's the big bad wolf, right? You're making the thing out of like straw, and like it's gonna, when as soon as you want to add something, you huff and puff, and the whole thing comes tumbling down, and you're like, all right, so now I gotta rebuild from the foundation. And then like you gotta do that again and again to build up something. And it's like, do you really want to like redo all the work you just did? And it's like, because it's not bad work, like it works, right? You can see the thing working, and
like, I know it'll break immediately, and I know how to break it is the problem,
it's like you spent 2 weeks, and now it looks exactly and plays exactly how it did 2 weeks ago, but you spent another like 100 hours working on the thing.
I
don't know. Being said,
if I look at Game Maker, I have on just this project, because I have the little task thing that tracks how long you've opened the program, 37 hours right now. So
it's pretty good, man. It's a whole work week, dude.
Yeah, it's a whole it's just about a work week, and keep on, I'm doing it as a hobby, so people are like, they're only 37 hours. I'm doing it like on my breaks at my actual work. I'll load it up, so I get like, so
I've still been using that Galaxy tab. I've been drawing on my lunch break for like 30 minutes a day, and I got nothing crazy to show. I feel like I've been improving at drawing speed and stuff. I mostly use it for like gesture drawing and stuff and making quick animations. But the people I've shown it to, they're like pretty impressive. Like, oh, it's like you're drawing like a sketch here every like 15 seconds. I'm like, yeah, dude, I only got 30 minutes. I got to be quick on this, dude. So, it's hard to do, man. It's I will say this though, of all the lads, I finished the most shit. You guys are losers. Like, I don't know, like as far as like manic coding episodes go, like I've gotten to where I can stretch things out to 2 weeks to a couple of months and like finish a bigger project by myself and do every like aspect of it. But having finished a few of those projects now, I'm more interested in just like the level design part of it, not even like building the levels, but just like blocking them out. Like I like that part of game design.
Sure.
Where like I don't. I can do it all. I can 3D model. I can make music. I can, program. I can make textures. I can do material instances, dude. I can do VFX shit. I don't know, like even like game design stuff. I've been doing more of that lately. Just playing around with as far as like I don't know. I might just become like an armchair vibe coder, dude. Like,
let me
making
stop
stuff
you
like
here,
that
because we did work on a project together really recently, right? We did the GDEVELOP Game Jam last year, right? So with
is that already
myself,
a year ago? God damn,
it'll be a year and a couple months,
flies by, dude.
But you've seen.
Oh my god!
So I think you've seen how, like myself, Professor, and you work in a team, right? Right.
Yeah.
So what would you say our like positives are with that? And because you said you finished most projects, right? I think when push came to shove, I pushed out, and we you and Professor wanted to quit that, and I just pushed it, kept going, pushed it out. So
I would say like overall, and this is maybe for again better or worse. It's like I have the most.
No.
Like let's start with myself. Like I think again, talked about this, like the curse of knowledge. Like I have like the most realistic outlook on the projects and the overview. That's like I'm like the fastest at like pulling the plug because I can see like the time return investment on it. Where like I did want to like stop making a game, but I was like, maybe we don't use this engine and like we don't participate in this jam, but we can make something else like in the same weekend, and it could be something we're all more comfortable in, and we'll like make a better product. So I think I've like and I stand by that. I think we probably could have made something like 4 times as good or workable, or like like if we had like more like focused on our own. Like I have a better understanding of like my own personal strengths and like kind of the team in general. So I don't know. I think as far as like project leading and stuff, I probably have like that as like my strength. I would say you have the ability to finish. I think you have like the best work ethic, the delusion of being like, yo, we can just finish this, like fuck it. Sure. I also can execute. Like you can get like assign a task and I will just finish it. You can like every time you hit me up in Discord, you're like, oh, I need this. All right, I need you to redo this. Can you do this? Like, yeah, sure, here you go. The professor, he just kind of drags his feet. Like he's a solid programmer, but like he doesn't program enough games to. So like he'll like be like, oh, let's do this, or like he'll try and like reinvent the wheel on something. Like he doesn't like pull like anything you're probably trying to do. Like somebody else has probably done already. So he's like probably the strongest. Like has the best fundamentals in programming and the skills, and probably could be fast if he was a little bit more humble and like looked around at like what other people have done and like learned from that, or just spent more time in the space. But
so you're saying ego is the.
Yeah, his is ego, whatever. Like we're doing like the deadly sins. Sure. Yeah, mine's like whatever mine's like the curse of knowledge. His is ego, and yours is like the delusion of like wanting to but somehow like it kind of works together.
Yeah. Gotcha.
What about you? What's your take on it, dude?
I think that's the first time that I've done a project with anyone that wasn't Sir Solace, who's, I worked the best with him because him and I, we don't need to communicate with what we're doing, right? It's just like this unspoken thing of I'm doing this, you're doing this, and we come back together and it just works. But and like there's definitely times where we could get mad at each other, right? But even so, you're right. My resolve to finish it, can overcome it. And then his just he had such a wealth of knowledge as well to just go through it. I think my biggest thing of a positive is my ability to cut things that. Yeah. Are that I don't feel are needed to accomplish our end goal, right?
That's huge.
Looking back at projects I finished, and 99% of them are with Sir Solace. So looking back at like Start Busters, right? There's some things that I was working on that he didn't know, and I kind of like derailed the project a bit, and he's like, oh man, F this dude, but we kept going, and then at 0 hour, we stayed up so late to do things, and I knocked out player 2 controller script at the tail end because we added local multiplayer. He knocked out a rudimentary AI that he's never done before in that night too. So we were doing a lot, and we burned the candle at both ends, and I can remember just cutting so much in that jam to get it done. And same with the slap game that was our first project together, where we won the grand prize for Lenovo. I basically cut so much down to that it was down to the core of the game that was fun. There were so many different things that were involved in that, but I'm like, nope, cut it. We got to get it done in a day. So
find the fun, dude.
So, and I think that.
What about me, dude?
Hold on.
Oh, come on, bro.
I'm finishing my thought.
You're making me feel like an asshole, dude.
No.
Like I'm gonna talk shit about everybody, bro. Like you're not even.
No. I'm not even talking shit. I'm just saying this is how we work. So, and I think that most of the projects that I've completed, I had the initial idea, but it's definitely a collaborative effort. But I think in terms of the idea to like seeing the whole way through to the finish line, I think that I may have the most detailed outline of how to get there, including in our game jam game idea, right? Like I think we collaborated. There's an idea that I think formed into, and then we just kind of went with what I said to do, but it's because I think I had the best argument of how we do it, right? And then everyone was just like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Let's do it," right? Yeah. I think that works out.
We all know that we're all good as well. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like for us, like, I don't know if like none of us, me and the professor really don't feel too strongly about anything in particular. It's probably like a negative as well, where it's like, yeah, whatever. This is probably just as good as anything else. And like, we know all we're doing is spinning gold. So let's just take whatever, dude.
I think, okay, I will say
it's easy to pick an idea when we're just dropping doubloons and gold nuggets everywhere.
Here was the thing with you is that is the both pro and negative, right? I think that was the hard part of working in a team that I just had to get around is you're nonchalant about most everything, which is great until it's time to make a decision. And I think that's why maybe I kind of took the reins, and it worked out, right? We had a project done, but it's like, should we do this? I don't know. We can do whatever, man. True, but we need to make a decision right now, right? So I think, and I think that's where when it's you and Professor working on a project, that's where it stops, right? We can do whatever. You can. You just got to pick it and go, right? So I think that's why like Solace and I work, because we're like, can we do this? Yeah, I've already started this. Cool, let's do that then. And it's just a difference, right? Like, we need someone, like if it's just Solace and I, we need someone to rein us in, and you and Professor need someone to push you forward, right? And this is just like start stop. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just you need to know when you're in a team with these people, with these different types of people, how to manage it, right? There's ways to manage.
It's a whole different skill set. It's just project management. It's like. Mm-hmm. Like we said this earlier in this whole pod, is like it's crazy to like try and just be like a solo developer. You should get there shouldn't be a point of pride. There should be like a fault that you can't work well with other people.
Right.
But like project management and like team management, it's like a whole skill set in and of itself. Yeah.
And I think that you can't let the idea of getting mad at your teammates stop you from pursuing the teamwork, right? Even like we're both working on our solo games right now, right? Is it? But and yes, we're doing the like most of the things solo, but it's not that like we've done everything solo, right? Like you've showed me where your progress is. I've shown you where my progress is. We've taken
I've bought assets and stuff.
We've taken tips from each other. We've taken ideas from each other in both aspects of it. Like no solo project is truly solo, I feel, unless you're have the shades shut, the doors closed, and you're just coding and not saying anything to anyone, right? At some point, there's some collaborative effort, right? So, and going back to our point of how you and I work differently, I think that now that we have one under our belt, I know how to manage it, right? And I think it'll be easier. But also, like, not only did that happen, but we were using a language or a program that we've never used before, so there was that learning curve on top too.
It's true.
So
damn true.
So yeah, I think that I think that we could definitely do a project together. Like I said, there's
we keep threatening it, dude. I think that's why I haven't finished my current project, dude.
Because there's no one to push to.
Well, no, that's
it.
not that. It's just like I know, like we got our project coming up at some point in the future.
Yep.
So I'm like, it's whatever. I could do my work, or I could I don't know. This is weird. Like and like this isn't how it works, but maybe this is how it works in my mind. Is like you're saving up like your work hours, where I'm like, all right, do I want to spend my work hours working on this thing, or do I want to just be chilling? And then I know I have this other big project coming up, and I can spend my work hours when that shows up.
Yeah,
so I can
it's because
chill now
that
work later.
If someone else is dependent on you, you feel guilty of just chilling, right? At least I do.
Yeah.
Right? Like when I was doing the game jam and I was on and I saw you on and I messaged you, I was working on that game the whole time, right? Like there was no, including work days, was trying to get it done, burning the candle at both ends, needing the assets from you, right? And then you took the time to chat with me for a bit and I showed you where I was, what I did, right? And would you have done the assets if I wasn't working on it as well? Would you just we can just get it done?
I would say I've been betrayed by the professor so much that I think that's why I'm more reluctant to just do anything, because I have spent literally months working on things, and then I'll hand it off to him for the programming part, and he just doesn't do it. He's like, oh yeah, life came up, sorry. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I literally spent a lot more than probably I don't know, 2-3 hours every single day for a month, working on a tile maps and shit. And I'm like, here you go. And then, you'll tell that to people and they'll be like, well, but you didn't lose the experience. I was like, all I learned in that experience was eating shit, dude. I already have the experience. I'm already fucking him. All right. That's like going to I know all the greats, right? Your Kobe's, your Jordans, your LeBron James. They still they practice more than anybody, even when they get to the higher levels, right? But doesn't mean this would be if you practice and then you show up to the game and the game got rained down and canceled, and they're like, all your practice was for naught, dude. And you're like, well, what about the fucking game, dude? I'm kind of pissed we don't play this game. I would say I'm, as much as the passion is to do the work that would get me to focus in and do it for a month, I have exactly that much passion to finish the thing, right? So if I commit all this time and energy into a thing, and then I see the other person just shrugging their shoulders, dude.
Yeah.
It's like a slap to the face. It's like, oh, you think your time's worth more than mine, dude? Fuck you. We all have the same amount of hours. I could have been watching big titty anime bitches instead of sitting here building out tile maps for a thing that's not going to happen.
Right. And on that note, happy birthday to the professor.
Happy birthday, you biggity bitch. you lazy piece of shit. Get it together, man.
Oh my god, that's hell of a segue. Honestly, man, I just to wrap it up here.
He ain't gonna listen to this.
I think you have. I think you will. I think you have. All the tools in the world to finish that project, and it's really, I think, one random Thursday afternoon, you're gonna be all like, "I'm just gonna work on it," and finish it off. But
I've been.
I was weighing on it.
I'm doing stuff. I'm getting things done.
Yeah. But yeah, man, and I just wanted to update you, man, because I haven't talked to you about the project outside of the pod. I haven't messaged you about it in a while, but I've just been kind of, coding in a vacuum, and that's trying to avoid it, because that's how it leads to burnout. But still grinding away, man.
I was thinking about getting into Godot maybe, or Defold.
Don't do.
I was looking at Defold.
Just don't do.
Why not, dude? No, it actually got good now, dude. Like,
see, when you have to say that statement instead of just using the thing that people like already, that's just
people
asking for
love
trouble,
Default,
man.
dude. I don't know what you're on, dude. Like, you just don't know.
I might not.
Yeah, it doesn't have like the cult-like community of Godot.
Yeah.
Or the anger of the Unity community.
Yeah.
Or like the professionalism of Unreal. It's just like a quiet worksman. Like, why it doesn't make as much of a ruckus is it's mostly used by like casinos for like apps or for like phones and stuff. So it's like it's used in like a weird, quiet section of the world that is very profitable.
Okay.
You know.
All right, I'll look into it. We'll talk.
But the
about
tools
it
are
next
really
week,
solid, really good. You know. Yeah. Especially for like 2D web and
the last time we spoke about it, we kind of shit on it. So I'm willing to look into it. So
it made a lot. Like again, man, you're looking at somebody who shit on it last time, and I'm like, man, 5 years, what a difference! Like it's crazy.
All right, man. All right. And on that note, we'll talk about Default next week.
Or not, dude.
Or not. Maybe we won't.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe, and tune in to find out, dude.
Yeah, we out of here.
That's a cliffhanger. Bitches.
See ya.